talking about democracy and freedom of speech, Malaysia is currently embroiled in a political scandal, and its frail justice system can bring no right. Therefore, as thankful as I am for this, I would like to take this opportunity to ask you for your assistance in raising this issue to the Prime Minister of Malaysia and encourage transparency and independence of operations. Thank you. Of the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, Public Accounts Committee, the Bank Negara, and all media organizations. So, thank you.
Okay. Well, I will do it. So, now I admit that I was going to do it anyway, but now that I hear it from you, I'm definitely going to do it. But see, now keep in mind, the United States, we always have to be a little careful because we're such a large country and we have a lot of influence. I think there are times sometimes when people say they don't want us meddling in their internal affairs. And the United States has to have some humility because there have been times where we did the wrong thing. There have been times where we have problems in our own country, right? And so we want to go tell other people what to do, but then back home we're not always doing what we say we should do. But I do believe that there are basic values that we all share. And one of those values is that countries work best when everybody has a voice that can be respected, and that the press is able to report on what is happening in current affairs, and people can organize politically peacefully to try to bring about change, and that there's transparency and accountability. And when you look at which countries have done best in terms of development, typically over time, those countries that have some accountability and some measure of personal freedom tend to do better. And those countries that don't have more problems. So, whenever I meet in international forums like APEC or ASEAN, whenever I meet with individual leaders, I try to encourage them to move more in the direction of transparency, accountability, to empower people so that they can participate in civic life. And I always want to be honest with people whenever I talk to folks that that doesn't mean that we don't do business with countries sometimes just because we have shared security interests or economic interests. If I have to meet with President Xi of China, even though I may not agree with the approach of his government towards human rights, because China's such a big country, and on something like climate change, if we don't cooperate, then we won't solve the problem. There are occasions everywhere in the world where I will meet and the United States has a relationship and cooperates with a country, even though their human rights record may not be good. But I want to assure you that in all of those meetings, we always raise these issues. And part of what we're trying to do also is to create an international support for these issues. So one of the things I did at the UN, for example, was something called the Open Government Partnership. And the idea behind the Open Government Partnership is that every country each year makes a pledge for what they're going to do to make themselves more accountable, more open, more transparent, to root out corruption. And not everybody starts out at the same place, but just by encouraging people to put out plans, even if they don't always meet the plans right away, it raises the standards and the sights of people and encourages people to aspire to improvements.